Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. After about 3 months and 2 successful seasons on Project Cars 2, why not have a third? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's GTE time and time for Season 3. Can you believe it? Where has the time gone? They say it always goes quick when you're having fun, but we're back again here on the SRL Project Cars 2. Season 3, like I said, it's GTE cars this time. And boy, aren't we excited. And we've got a full party here tonight. And I'd like to just introduce the other chaps in the party tonight. Jason Wilkinson, first of all, welcome to you, Jace. It's good to hear your voice again, mate. We're back.
Yes, back. Back properly live tomorrow night, so just under 24 hours now. And yeah, we're all back and ready to go. I'm actually, if you didn't watch the little intro, I'm actually racing, so I don't know if Rob will be able to just flick on board with me now. You have a pet C, people understand me driving. But also, our co-commentator, I'll let you introduce him, Trev.
That's right.
You've been having a nice little chat for the last hour while I've been waiting for me to get on, but yeah,
we have
a nice little co-commentator, so...
We have indeed. Well, just when you thought we couldn't get better than Jace, of course, big shoes to fill. I speak of none other than the man, Rob Dog. I tell you what, big welcome to you, Rob. And, well, what an exciting season we're going to have, mate. And welcome to the SRL Project Cars 2 commentary team.
Yeah, Jack, thanks, buddy. It's looking like a good season so far. We're just having a look at the practice here. And Nige Guns is on it. Bubbles is definitely on it with a controller. It's looking like it's going to shape up to be a very, very good season.
No doubt about that, and well, fantastic season we're going to have indeed. Expanding to 11 rounds, as my former co-commentator Jason Wilkinson mentioned, all kicking off tomorrow night with 20 laps around this beautiful Imola circuit, the Enzo E Dino Autodromo something or other. I think it's up there somewhere, but fantastic track, like we said, expanding to 11 rounds, starting tomorrow night, running through to early February. And these drivers will be tackling some of the world's most famous tracks: low downforce, high speed, Spa, Le Mans, to the high downforce of Long Beach and Monaco. And just the calendar, very nice. We've got some super sprint rounds as well, enduros, it's all in there. And it's going to be a huge test of the driver's skill. And speaking of the devil, we're riding on board with Jace. Now, you've had a bit of experience around here, Rob. What sort of circuit is this one? Like we said, it's a bit of an interesting one. Bit of a mix of corners, high downforce, low downforce. What sort of track is this?
It's one of those driver circuits. You've got to really, really commit to all the corners. It's a fast-flowing circuit, but it bites. If you put a foot wrong, you're in the wall.
Corner cuts as well, massively here. It's very strict on the corner cuts.
Just Jace just chipping in there, mate. And you're doing fantastically well there as well. And well, looking at those practice times, Rob, earlier on so far this evening before the broadcast tonight, very, very competitive. It's very close, very tight there at the top. 141s for the most part. We see Nige there dipping into the 140s, 140.927. That is a quick time.
Fastest I've seen so far.
That's an unbelievably quick time. I mean, Fubbles did a 141 earlier, and we thought that wouldn't be beaten, but Nige has just stuck it in there. Full commitment. Well done to him.
Fantastic stuff as Jace starting a hot lap through the tab. Oh, invalid lap.
That one. This one isn't so far. That last one was.
Those corner cuts.
That is.
Look to be striking there, don't they all?
Having a bit of trouble through that fast left-hander there. That car looks really unstable. It's quick, but it looks like a handful.
And they look a bit of a handful, these GTE cars, don't they, Rob? Like we mentioned off air a little bit earlier on today. If you get the power down too quick, they look a little bit unsettled at the back end, don't they?
Yeah, those Ford GTs seem like they don't like the circuit very much. The Chevys are the same, but I think that who was that? That was Nige Guns having a big slide through the left-hander there. you get the power on too early, especially in those GTEs, they're just going to bite.
Very unforgiving indeed. We mentioned this track a little bit earlier. It was actually played host to the San Marino Grand Prix, I think up until about 2006. Of course, very beautiful looking track. A great driver's circuit, like you mentioned, Rob, but also the scene, of course, of some not so good moments in motorsport history, of course, with Senna back in '94 and Ratzenberger. Of course, the circuit layout has changed a fair bit since then. Obviously, I think, it's probably giving away my age a little bit here, fellas, but I think it was a flat-out run, wasn't it, from that main straight down to that Tosa hairpin. But the current layout, a little bit different, Rob.
Yeah, it's very different. I mean, even though it's changed, I mean, it's still bitten a lot of people. Fernando Alonso, I think 2002, had a big crash at that double left-hander. I think it's Viorante that he had a crash. Even though it's changed over the years, it's going to bite, and it's bitten a lot of big names in motorsport, especially F1.
No doubt about that. And 10 minutes remaining in this session. Like we've said, don't forget to join us tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 tiers as well this season. That's how popular it is. Just going with the 2 tiers now. Full Tier 1. And there's also the Tier 2, of course, which has damage off and all assists allowed. Mandatory pit stop.
That's actually, let me just cut in there. That's been updated. Well, it hasn't been updated, but it is. They've got damage on as well. So same as Tier 1 boys. So the guys who are here, this is going to be a little test for you, Rob. So Smokey, and he's the only one from Tier 2 at the moment, but we've got a few other guys. Tooley's another Tier 2 driver. So damage will be on performance and impact as well. That won't be streamed, that race. That's going to be starting 15 minutes earlier than the main lobby, so by the time they finish quali, we'll get the results, and then as we start quali for Tier 1, someone's going to let us know in the either live stream or in the PSN chat, and that'll sort of tell us the times and stuff what those Tier 2 guys are doing. So if you're in Tier 1 and if you're getting beaten by the Tier 2 guys, you better watch out.
I've got to say though, that Smokey is putting in good times though.
He's quite quick, yeah. He's actually a sort of a late comer to the SRL community. I was doing an open lobby about this time last week and got Smokey, Pointy, Truss, and Def Dude, and a couple others, all in open lobbies, and we had only 2 Tier 2 drivers this time last week, and now we have 8 or 9, so there's still room. If you guys are watching now, I've got the dog jumping up on the couch, which is always good. If you guys are watching now and you sort of want to join, shoot us a message or leave a comment on the stream or something, and we'll sort you out for tomorrow night.
Don't forget to get involved, like you said, Jace, www.supremeracingleague.com. Plenty of numbers. Ooh, Sub GT there. Look at that. He's almost kept it on the black stuff, but yep, commentator's curse. Now he's off the track. But like we mentioned, supremeracingleague.com. Head over to the SRL PS4 Project Cars 2 Asia Pacific League thread, and don't forget to sign up. Numbers filling up fast, but we've still got a few spaces available there. As here comes Fubbles now, Fubbles 888. One of our favourites, beloved regular now on the SRL scene. Got his first win at Willow Springs there last year. And, he's gone from strength to strength, hasn't he, Rob? I mean, he started off consistent in Season 1, but he's really come of age in Season 2 and hoping to do better things in Season 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the drivers that he's just learned from his first season. Second season, he's just gotten better with the V8s. But one thing I've definitely noticed about Bubbles is one of the late breakers. If he's following you got to cover that inside, because he will go for the move, even if there's no space. He'll force a space. He'll want to get past you.
Absolutely right. Who could forget that famous team radio? I think it was from Bahrain a few years ago. And Fernando Alonso, all the time you need to deliver his space. Let's just hope there's some space here as Fubbles comes across the line. Currently in P2, can he improve? Can he get a bit of a slipstream there too from the car ahead of him coming across the line? Let's have a look at those times. A 1:40.927. Nige Gun still sitting pretty up the top of the timesheets. Fubbles in P2. 0.2 of a second behind him. Then it's Righty in third, Smokey. And he's a bit of a smoky, isn't he? There with a 1:41.6. We mentioned his time's looking very good indeed. Sub GT racer who had a moment just before the 1:41.850. And then it's Jace. Tell you what, that 200-gram porterhouse steak must be weighing him down there. 7.1 seconds off the pace at the moment.
He's up. No clean lap yet, so we've only done 2 laps. So.
Oh, we like to keep it clean. There's the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari. What a beautiful scenic track this is, and don't these GTE cars look magnificent? 40 kilometres east of Bologna in northern Italy, named after Enzo Ferrari's son Dino, who died in the 50s, and I'm sure you couldn't get through the rest of your night, Rob, without knowing that.
I certainly could not, mate. Let's keep that trivia coming, eh?
Fast facts.
Fantastic stuff. Fast facts. I think we ran a bit of an initiative last year, didn't we? Fast facts, or Wilco's fast facts, or something like that. Try not to say that quick after a few frothy. But anyway, so Righty now, and on screen there, currently in P3, and I think you might have a penalty. Your teammate, of course, the Team Victoria. I'm just currently trying to look for the team
we've
names.
Updated the team as well, yeah. I haven't changed on the stream yet, but we are Team Victoria Bitter. What was my catch? After a hard-earned 1-2, needs the best cold beer.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I tell you what, you're a bit of a conflict of interest there with our man Wilco, because I don't want to say too much to everyone out there watching this practice stream tonight, but if I'm not mistaken, Rob, he was just sinking a couple of Carlton drafts there at steak night at his local pub. But anyway, I'm sure VB won't mind the publicity.
The competition, mate. Sampling the competition.
That's it. Seeing what's out there, sussing out the competition. But tell you what, wouldn't a VB livery look good, or an old big V sort of style from the old State of Origin AFL days? But I'm rambling again. So Rob, 4 minutes to go. Is anyone going to beat that 1:40.9 set by Nige Guns? Can this man do it?
I don't know. I think he's had too many frothies. I think he's off his game here. It's been a while since he's been in a competition, especially like this. But I think Bubbles is looking really, really strong around here. That car is planted.
Absolutely right. And, geez, 2/10 off the pace. Another bit of useless trivia. Jason Wilkinson just getting the new wheel, Wilco as well. I don't know quite. Is it a Thrustmaster wheel? I'm not too sure what kind of wheel it is, but... I don't know whether Simba's been in there chewing on the cords or something, but you did order a wheel throughout the course of the week, so be interested to how the performance-wise, how that goes.
Yes, yeah, the other one carked it on Tuesday last week, so luckily it did it before the season starts. I'm on the new one at the moment, and just popped up to P4, so not too bad, but yeah, I got chewed on in March this year. Nice little 3-month-old puppy thought he would chew through the USB cord, and luckily Dad's a handyman, and we sort of happened to fix it, and then it eventually gave up last week. So upgrade to well, we didn't upgrade. It was the exact same wheel I bought, T300. So yes,
good stuff. I tell you what, I've got my pooch here with me. 3-year-old Maltese Shih Tzu, and just sitting by the door making sure Dad is A-OK. And, well, talking about babies, both commentators this year, of course, fathers as well. They reckon it slows down the drivers by a couple of tenths a lap, I think, don't they, Rob? Every kid, but hopefully it doesn't slow us down too much in the commentary box.
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I feel pretty slow every day, so we'll see what happens. I think I've got baby brain.
I think you might be able to use that excuse, Rob, for another couple of months. I think after 6 months, the old baby brain excuse probably won't fly. Actually, I think they're sort of rolling their eyes at me at my work. But I guess I can put baby brain down to the fact that I traded in my PS4 and actually left the disc for F1 2018 in it. True story. But anyway, that's...
Oh no!
We'll make sure Codemaster sees this stream and I'll hook you up for a new one.
So let's everyone out there start a goal, 2 viewers or however many people are watching the stream. Just don't pass the hat around and set up maybe a GoFundMe page, and we can whip the hat around and get another copy of F1 2018. But anyway, we'll put that down to the baby brain like we mentioned. But I think you're spot on, Rob. I think I was slow to begin with. But anyway, as well, just under 2 minutes in this session. And Tooley, what's he been able to do? 142.6, 1.7 off the pace so far this evening. And he's probably going to have one more shot at this, I reckon, isn't he, coming over the line? Rob, one more chance to maybe get into that top 4 here tonight.
Yeah, definitely one more chance. He's going to have to really put in a good lap. But then again, it's only a practice session. I think he's going to take a bit away from tonight. He's going to see those times at the top. He's going to work on his car setup and a little bit of fine-tuning. It's been a while since these guys have had a steer of a car, so just getting those cobwebs off is a really important part.
And don't forget, just less than a minute of qualifying left to set the grid for the 10-lap practice race. Like we said, practice makes perfect. Bit of a moment there, wasn't there, for Tooley, just managing to keep it together as he comes into the Gilles Villeneuve corner. Like we've mentioned, a flat-out run up to the Tosa hairpin in previous years, but now there is a chicane there coming through that Tosa hairpin now. So a 10-lap race. If you're looking to go off and, I don't know, feed the dog, feed your baby, make a cup of tea or something, don't forget to get back and check out that 10-lap race before it all begins tomorrow night. Live and exclusive on the Kid Buyers channel. The much anticipated start of Season 3 from 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. 15-minute quali, 20-lap race. So twice the distance of what we'll be seeing here tonight. Performance impacting damage, fuel on, tyre wear will be accelerated, and also realistic assists. And as our good friend Jace mentioned earlier on, Tier 2, of course, starting a little bit earlier than that with quali as well. So there we go. Rob, time ticking down here in qualifying. What can Tooley do? Can he improve on 7th place? That's the question here.
Rear locking there, that's a bit... it seems like those 4 GTs were really suffering with rear locking and just getting that power down out of the corners. There you go, straight into the pit lane.
Straight into the pits. Looks like Jace is on a warm down lap, or I reckon that might be it. I don't know if there's anybody else on a hot lap.
Yeah, that's it.
And there we go, the final results on your screen. Nige Guns getting the pole position with a 140.927. Fubbles, great performance by him in P2. Riding in P3, 3/10 behind the pole sitter. And Jace getting a decent lap in there, though. He still won't be too happy with that on the new wheel, a 141.5. Then it's Smokey, very good actually for his first newcomer to SRL, looking good. Sub-GT racer, we saw he had plenty of moments as well. P6 for him with a 141.8. Tooley in 7th, couldn't improve on a 142.6. And then rounding out the 8, Compact, 9123 with a 144.861. Plenty of pace. It should be an interesting race coming up, Rob.
Yeah, it's looking like an exciting one. It's only a practice race, but let's hope there's a bit of rubbing. I'm sure there's going to be some rubbing in this race. Those boys need to tighten up those screws just to get that little edge on each other, but this is going to be an exciting 10-lapper.
Here we go, 10 laps, or it's got 15 on my screen. Anyway,
15,
more
yeah,
action.
15 laps, so
15 laps. More action to call here as we see the cars on the starting grid. It's Nige in pole position, followed by Fubbles. He's going to have a good run on Nige, heading down into turn 1. You'd have to say Jace in 3rd, Righty 4th. We've been through the grid. We're just waiting for the lights to come on and get this one underway here at the Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari here in the beautiful Italian countryside, like we said, just near the city of Bologna in northern Italy. I'm sure that'll be a nice part of the world to visit, as they're just sitting there on the grid at the moment. Those engines will be getting...
countdown.
Oh, a minute's... better say a minute's silence.
As soon as I press ready, we'll be getting ready to go. So you guys ready?
Ready?
Let's do it.
Oh no, Simba's just come up to me. Go away.
So while you... here we go. Ready for the start of this one. The lights come on. We are ready to get this one underway here at Imola. 15 laps. And it starts now, lights out and away we go. Plenty of wheel spin. Geez, Jason there getting a good run off the line, looking to threaten Nige. Fubbles is already into the lead as we head into turn one. Somebody's off at the back there, but it's Fubbles slotting into the lead. Jason in second, bad start for Nige. Righty slotting into fourth, but it's Fubbles who leads this one from Jason Wilkinson. Nige in third, Righty in fourth. Sub GT, a good start for him, up from seventh in fifth. Then it's Compact in sixth from last on the grid. And I'm getting tagged in memes on Facebook. I wish they would stop that. Time to put the phone on silent. But anyway, apologies for everybody watching at home. And there's Smokey. Not a good start for him. Started fifth, now seventh. And having a bit of a cheeky look at Compact there. But you're not going to get through there, son. And Tooley. What happened to Tooley, Rob? He's way down the order.
Yeah, I have no idea. Probably just got caught up in a crash. I did see a car get slightly turned around. That's going to impact his race there. But, you know, I think he's quick enough. He'll catch up to the back of Smokey. But, yeah, Nige Guns is closing in here.
Have a look at this. This is what you've been missing at home. SRL action. And beautiful. We ride Bonnet Cam now, riding on board with Nige Guns. I do apologise, this is a new PlayStation, so I've got to edit those camera settings too, Rob, before tomorrow night for Bonnet Cam and whatnot. But anyway, look at that. Just a little bit of a lock-up there from Fubbles. You can see ahead that gap now, 7/10 of a second as we come through to complete lap one. The long run down across the start-finish line. Lap 1 out of 15, now into lap 2. And it's Fubbles leading Nige by just under a second. Righty in third. He's got a pretty good run on Nige here as well, doesn't he, Rob?
Yeah, he's really closing up in the rear there. These cars do suffer with a little bit of downforce loss when they catch up to the rear of a car, but I don't think that's going to affect him too much. He's looking really, really racy there. Look
at this. The top four separated by less than 2 seconds. 1.5 to be exact. First, second, third and fourth all together. And now
wow.
Nige.
Fubbles.
Wow.
Yeah, you get a corner cut penalty then. You have to slam on the brakes. Sorry, just driving and talking is not really my strong point, but get back to it. That's what he did. You might see a couple of drivers just fly off to the left of the track and hit the brakes. That's because they have the corner cut penalty. So, there you go.
Unbelievable.
Fubbles is looking really racy on Fubbles. Righty there. Wow, that's side by side coming in here. That would almost be a crash in a real race car. That's unbelievable driving there.
Side by side, showing plenty of respect to each other. Well, Nige has been the beneficiary of all of that, Rob. He's got up into first place now with a lead of about 1.3 seconds, so he's broken clear of that leading pack. As there he is, our man Jason Wilkinson now riding on board. That's right. Look how good this is. Jason with a bird's eye view of the top three. And if I didn't know any better, our man Wilco will be thinking, I want some of that, please, as he eyes off Fubbles in third. And in the space of one lap, Rob, he's gone from first down to third and under all sorts of pressure now.
Yeah, I mean,
that's some kick in a straight line. Yep,
that's what happens. I mean, you get those track penalties. You've got to slow down, otherwise you're going to impede your whole race. But you know what? I would take 2 seconds lost, drop back to fifth, and continue the race instead of having to do a drive-through penalty. And I think he's done the right thing there.
No doubt about that. That gap about 5 seconds now between fourth and fifth. So that leading pack separating from the guys towards the back. Big thank you to the special comments from Jason Wilkinson, who's currently sitting in fourth place. Don't call us, we'll call you, Jace. No, just joking. As he's currently sitting in fourth place now. And Righty, so it's, Righty under all sorts of pressure here, like we mentioned. And Jace wants a piece of that third place. And, we said that these guys are going to be a little bit rusty, but still great respect there on the opening couple of laps between the drivers. I think it was last lap here at the Aqua Minerale that the drivers got awfully close, Rob, but managing to keep it on the black stuff and all pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's important as well. I mean, it's good to see that these guys, even early on in just a practice race, they're really, really getting close to each other. There's respect there, and that's what you want. That's definitely what you want.
So we've got just recapping then.
Box.
Yes, box and stop, I think it is in German. But anyway, so there's Jay, speak of the devil again. He's in P4 righty. I tell you what, he's keeping righty honest, isn't he, in P3, and he's coming into the pits. This is a bit of a turn-up for the books. Is it a mandatory pit stop, I'm guessing, for tonight's practice race, as well as Jason Wilkinson comes in. And Rob, is he trying to do something clever in terms of strategy here?
Well, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know how much fuel he's carrying at the moment, but if he's just coming in for a tyre stop, that's going to be really beneficial to him. He's going to have that fresher rubber for a little bit longer until those other guys get onto new tyres, but he's going to have some pace here.
So fresh rubber to keep him.
If you flick up that speedo, you'll be able to see exactly how much fuel I've got.
41 litres.
Pit stops. Yeah, so I've got enough fuel. I just pretty much come in, but serve the mandatory stop, try and get some clean air, and see if I can pull a gap here.
So
we missed something here.
Well, I reckon we have let's have a look at these top three. So Jace pitting nice and early, 41 litres of fuel, and that's more than enough, isn't it, to make it to the end of this race. So put on some fresh rubber. Will he come into play later in this race? I'm sure he will. But lap 4 out of 15, and I don't know about everyone else watching at home and you, Rob and Jace, but this is exciting. It's great to have SRL back. Season 3, that's right, one more sleep for all you at home. Log on, allthews.supreme racing league to get amongst it, get involved. It is fantastic stuff. So lap 4 out of 15 now, looking at Tooley. Gee, there's a few penalties on the left there, Rob. I'll have to make up some time a little bit later in the race, I would have thought. But Smokey down there at down the back, we've got to like to mention everyone, don't we? And Smokey, there's Smokey, and that's a close battle. I reckon Jace. I reckon that strategy might have worked out for Jace there. He's come out in P6, 36 seconds off the lead as we take a look at Smokey. And who's that behind him there? I can't seem to see who that is in P.
I think that's yes. I don't know. That's confusing. It's not bringing up here.
Okay, yeah, he's the last guy. So we're fighting for last at the moment.
So that's you, Jace, I'm guessing? No.
Yep.
No, yep.
Oh, Smokey was having a look there. I think he looks pretty racy, Smokey.
He does indeed, and he could be a Smokey for Season 3. I believe he's in Tier 2. We mentioned a little bit earlier on, so like we said, if you're putting in the performances, Jace and Rob, you can jump into Tier 1. First in, or fastest, first in, best dressed. That didn't quite come out the way I would have liked, but geez, I tell you what, Smokey, have a look at that.
Oh, he's having a go. Wow, what a dive.
Well, there's a turn up for the book. Signed, sealed and delivered. Daniel Ricciardo style there, Rob. What a move going into turn 1.
Yeah, he just licked that stamp. That vet had a lot of straight line speed. Jace just couldn't hold him off. He had to pull to the right.
Jason with plenty of fuel on board as well, as he'll have another look at him into the Tosa hairpin. One gets the feeling there's a new sheriff in town though, Wilco. You're going to have to come back at this young upstart there, young whippersnapper like that. Jace, the preparation of champions with his $15 steak night, bacon topping, complimentary pot of, or schooner, wasn't it, I believe? But maybe that is weighing him down, Rob. Geez, he's got a fight on his hands here. Lap 5 out of 15.
Absolutely brilliant. This is why the police tell you not to drink and drive, because it affects your performance, especially in a racing game. Oh, have we? Is he going to have a dive at the chicane?
And then pull back. Pressure on him.
Oh, you've done it here. You've got to get a good run here.
So Jace, here he goes. He's going to have a crack.
Chicken straight line.
That's right, Jace.
Send it.
He's talking.
Send it to the left hand.
He's talking himself up, isn't he? Oh, I tell you what, that's very close. That is very close. He almost made contact with Smokey. And this is going to be interesting now. Here we go. He's going to get a run on him here, Rob. Talk us through it.
Oh, look, that vet's going to be straight, faster than straight line, but he's got that draft. He's going to tuck up behind him. He can definitely probably get later on the brakes than the vet. We're going to have a look here. No move. But look how much Jace is actually closed up there. He's made a mistake. Jace got big in his mirror there, and look, he's got him set up for this chicane here.
Here we go. Here's the opportunity. Left, right, down to the Tosa hairpin. Oh, I tell you what, he was a little bit rough out of that corner. And he's going to go down the inside.
Curb.
Bend it.
And, well,
Curb.
the battle continues.
Don't try that move tomorrow night.
Yep, that's what practice makes perfect, Jace. That's what they call it, brother. As lap 6 out of 15. Where has this race gone, Rob? I tell you what, as Murray Walker would say, almost half the race gone, half still to go. I won't crack into the Murray Walker impression. We'll save our A game for tomorrow night through the Aqua Minerale. Beautiful shot, isn't it, of these GTE cars up the hill. And the only two people not to have a penalty against their name are Nige Guns and Fubbles. They're in first and second. That gap steady at 6.5 seconds. I tell you what, Compact and Tooley there too, Rob. We're looking at this battle, but 4th and 5th, those times are very close. And I tell you what, speaking of times and timing impeccable here. Is Tooley going to make a move on Compact? Boy, hasn't he done all right for last on the grid. He's up to 4.
Compact made a mistake there.
And getting very close indeed, aren't they, these two? The battle for 4th. Not quite a podium battle, but still positive signs here. Like we said, a practice round tonight, practice stream. Oh, Tooley getting a very good look at Compact, who got a little bit out of shape into that corner.
Oh, there's a nudge. That was definitely a nudge there.
And that is definitely a nudge if ever I've seen one. And I've got to tell you, Rob, we mentioned this earlier on, once you get in that dirty air behind another car, it's very, very difficult to pass.
Yeah, it really is.
Move on.
You can get really, really stuck behind somebody, and they can make a mistake just like Compact did. He got onto that AstroTurf there, but Tooley sort of followed him there, and
Side by side.
Tooley got the run. Compact just closed the door.
Now, you know the rules of this stream. It's got to be all about this man, Wilco. Just letting us know that this move has been done, or was being done, and we might have got there a bit late, so sorry about that, Wilco. Hopefully Smokey can...
I'll put it up as a highlights package.
So thank you for that. Hopefully Smokey can come back and have a crack at him for everyone watching at home, Rob, and make it interesting. Oh, I tell you what, plenty of grunt in that... Plenty of grunt there for Smokey. I reckon he's going to be pretty close there coming down that main straight if he can stick with him and get a good exit out of these final couple of corners. So lap 7 out of 15 now, approaching pretty much half distance in this race. Nige still sitting pretty up out front there, setting a 143.657. And Tooley very close now to Compact. He couldn't quite get it done on the last lap, but can he get it done this lap? He looks a little bit closer, Rob. Can he do it?
I think he's having a look. He's definitely having a look. Look at that, side by side. Is he going to go onto AstroTurf? They've hit. There's another hit.
Deary me. Oh, no.
Time for a Wilco's Fastback. Those two are actually housemates. They're good mates. I met them was with them at the Gold Coast for the Gold Coast 600. So they're nice, feisty little best mates they are. So they'll be loving this battle at the moment.
Oh, no.
Probably screaming each other.
And I reckon...
Yeah, they're probably screaming each other as we speak.
Those two. I don't know who's going to get the top bunk tonight. Who'll have to... I don't know who. I reckon Tooley might be doing the dishes tonight, because Compact's won that battle. But I tell you what an interesting race we've got here. I know we've got Nige sitting pretty out front by about 6 seconds. That gap staying pretty constant as we get a couple of comments in on the live stream, which I can't see actually because I haven't got my computer going. But don't forget to get your comments in. Tomorrow night, it's all the real deal, like we said, and we will be getting to your comments and trying to get to as many of those as possible. I might actually load up this stream. G'day lads, Cart Dude, our man, and hashtag let's get it trending. I'm just going to send a big hello to Cart Dude out there, and I'm going to turn the volume down on my phone because it's very distracting hearing the sound of your own voice, Rob.
There he is. He'll be back tomorrow night running the Corvette with Sub GT.
Hashtag Cart Dude Nation.
Let's get it trending. Fantastic stuff. Big hello to you, Cart Dude. Great to have your company. We will be seeing you tomorrow night. Very sneaky of Cart Dude, just not around tonight, but he'll be there for the real stuff. Now, Rob, I've got a question for you, and I'm sure everybody at home is thinking the same thing. When are we going to see some pit stops in this race? We saw Jace taking the initiative. Oh, Fubbles!
Oh!
Ooh, that's what I like to hear.
Well, Fubbles
Riding's
having...
got to drive through.
And
If I was Fubbles, I'd be taking that pit stop now.
Right now,
he's lost the time. Get
minimise
those fresh tyres on the car.
Yep. Wow. I
Pull
tell you
back
what,
to Jason.
he probably actually recovered pretty well there, Rob, didn't he? He had a bit of time in hand back to righty, but he sort of almost created his own part of the race or section of the racetrack there. He sort of got the back end out and just skipped across the grass like a shortcut in Mario Kart. Anyway, so I reckon we might see Fubbles into the pits with any luck here. And no, he's going past Rob.
It looked like he thought about it. He did think about it. The car did jerk to the right a little bit. Because usually when you're coming out of that corner, you want to get to the left so it sets you up for the whole straight. But yeah, he kept to the right there, which is very interesting. He had a thought about it.
Well,
I'm having second thoughts. I have a feeling I didn't select entry pit stops and maybe I pitted for no reason.
Well, I'm sure that
we'll see.
we might have to get everyone to maybe slow down. Maybe a virtual safety car, Jason. You can keep going at normal racing speed. So, geez, I tell you what, Compact and Tooley there. The gap now 5 seconds between them. Getting a little bit Ocon and Verstappen there, weren't they, Rob? A couple of laps ago, but it seems that Compact is he's 5 seconds ahead of his housemate Tooley, or about 4 I should say, and about 5 behind Righty, so he's sitting pretty in P4. But you never know, these cars can be difficult to handle, and he still might be on for a podium. You never know, Rob.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, they got pretty aggro at each other, so I hate to be the one that's in the house tonight deciding who's going to do the dishes. I think it's going to be Tooley because he did do a big revenge bump.
He did indeed, and I can tell you, there's no love lost. I'm sure those two boys will sort it out, and they'll be still on each other's Christmas card list. You'd want to get it sorted, wouldn't you, when you're living that close to each other? But anyway, he's speak of the devil. Here is Tooley again. P5 now, just 3 seconds. That gap is coming down. Lap 10 out of 15, just 5 laps to go here at this Imola Grand Prix. Just the 15 laps here tonight. Just a practice race. 20 laps tomorrow night. Race start from 4 p.m. local time, so that's fantastic stuff. Fair few new faces competing in Tier 2 as well. It's an exciting season, and 11 rounds. Rob, who's your tip for this season?
It's too early to call, but if I'm gonna, if this race is go by, Nige, Bubbles, even Righty has a good chance there. But we can't discount our mate Jason. We know he loves the attention. So we're showing a bit of love here. I think Jason's pretty quick. He knows how to race wheel to wheel. He'll be one to watch out for this season.
I'll let you. Righty's pitted. I'll let you tell us about the. We'll tell everyone about the Indy GTE race we had. You, me, and Cartoon for an hour and 5 minutes. Do you want to go through that, or you want to say that's tomorrow night?
I think we could save that one for tomorrow night, but let's just say it was one of the most exciting races we've ever been involved in. I mean, there was, that's with our Friday Night League. 3 tiers, we had LMP3, GTE and GT3. Cardi, I and Jace were in the GTE cars, and we're definitely dogging it out for first position for, I think, something like 30 odd laps. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Well,
showed you guys a wheel once in a while. I think I spun Cardi, but I still came with win. So, you know, it's an up and down.
Yeah, it was a good race, but we are missing, remember, Kart Dude, V8 Man, Waffles, who's going to be quick, who else? Sub GT's left, and of course F1 Rocks, he's my championship bet. Although I should really be betting on myself, shouldn't I? But yeah, he's just so quick.
Well,
Cartoon's quick. They're all quick. It's gonna be good.
He's always quick. Big shout out to F1 Rocks, aka Jono. Also, gamble responsibly, Jace, if you're going to have a punt on anything. As Righty, he's around now, and well, he's at the back of the field, so he can stay there. He's about 7 seconds off of Smokey as Tooley. Now that gap's gone down to Compact, Rob. He's getting closer.
Yeah, he's getting closer. I mean, I'm surprised that he's kept his head really, really cool a lot of the times. I'm guilty of it as well. You get into an incident, you get a bit upset, and you make more mistakes, but Tooley's done a good job here to keep that car straight, apart from that little slide there through that corner, but yeah, he's really catching up to Compact. I'm waiting for these last few laps, because this is going to be really, really exciting racing.
Just about 3 laps to go until the end of this one. Geez, he is getting very close there. I reckon he might fancy himself for a podium finish. Shout out to F1 Rocks, Jace, before I interrupted myself actually, didn't I? By crapping on about something else. It's his birthday today, I believe, and big happy birthday to F1 Rocks. I asked him what was he doing today and how he felt about his birthday. And he just gave me, didn't give me much, but no, he's a man of few words. Does his talking on the track. Nothing wrong with that, as the comments continue to come in on the live stream, which I've closed down on YouTube, which wasn't a smart idea. But anyway, keep getting your comments in. Counting down now, Rob. 3 laps to go. Can anyone catch Fubbles? Catch Fubbles. I'm sure no one can catch Fubbles. He's 25 seconds clear in second. I'm sure no one can catch Nige either, but this battle is heating up.
Yeah, it's definitely heating up. I mean, they both make mistakes. Tooley went a bit wide on the AstroTurf there. I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty, but yeah, this is looking like a really, really exciting bit of racing, and they look like they like to do wheel-to-wheel, so hopefully we see a crash.
Here we go. Something to talk about, some bedtime stories.
Oh. They're probably going to get the message on the second last lap. I did say it was a mandatory pit stop, so whether they've forgotten or not, so they're all going to jump in the pits going into the last lap. You watch.
So wait for that. Geez, they're getting awfully close here now. Tooley running a little bit wide coming out of that corner. Geez, mighty Murph, they're getting all up and about in the comments, saying thanks for the mention, Jason. Everyone but Murph. I see how it is. Oh no!
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about you.
Compact,
sorry,
forget about Murph, because Compact is in the barrier. And my goodness me, this is a turn up for the books. He was looking good, wasn't he, for that third place? And now Smokey, just waiting for that camera to focus there, Rob. Now they're side by side as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Compact just chucked in the reverse, went straight across the track. That was a bit of a dodgy decision, but we'll see what happens. Some Smokey's really closing up here. He's going to have a look down the inside. He's just done a smart decision, I think. He knows that Compact's a bit probably hot-headed at the moment. He's just had that spin, but this is going to be interesting.
Well, the battle continues now. Smokey, and oh no, that was very, very close indeed to Compact there. Like you said, he's going to be a little bit hot-headed. He's going to have a bit of white line fever, I reckon. Bit of red mist there as we count down the last couple of laps. And as we saw, oh no, that's very close. Now they're side by side. I tell you what, we saw it with Jason as well, didn't we, Rob? There's a bit of fight in Smokey.
Oh, there's definitely a lot of fight in Smokey. He did a really good job to keep with Jason for such a long time. And as we see here, that they've crashed. That's a crash. That was going to happen 5 corners ago. I'm surprised it didn't happen at chicane, to be honest. We saw Compact just come across like Max Verstappen in the braking zone. That was just always going to happen, but that's robbed us of a good little battle there.
Yes, I tell you what, counting down now, penultimate lap of this race. There's Jace. Oh, I tell you what, he's eyeing off third place. I tell you what, it's almost, you might just say that final podium position is almost cursed, isn't it? We've seen a few guys in there so far tonight over the course of the 15 laps. There's Jace. I tell you what, when is he going to make his move? Obviously, Jace showing plenty of pace there as well. Rob, he's made a pit stop and he's still fighting for the podium places here tonight. Halfway through lap 14 now. 9 viewers on the stream. That's right. Beautiful. Keep your comments coming in as well. We'll try and get to those. A little bit of contact there. Oh, I tell you what. And then Tooley getting a little touch of Max Verstappen about his work there. Just cutting across in front of Jason. Not very nice at all. But I reckon he's got plenty of pace here, Rob, and I don't think it'll be too long before we see Jace into third place.
Yeah, it's not going to be too long. I mean, we've got Tooley's really riding the curve, so he's trying to use as much track as he can to keep Jace behind him. But Jace is one of those guys who's going to surprise me. Here we go. It's down the inside. Sweet as bro.
Sweet as bro. Just a little bit of homage there to Murph, who's watching this broadcast tonight. And coming into the pits is Tooley, I think it was. Yep, so that's the end of that battle. Jason, having already made his pit stop, is sitting pretty up to second place. Well, this is incredible. A master stroke of strategy there. Jace has gone up to second, as Fubbles as well and Tooley both coming into the pits. So lap 15, our man Wilco on his merry way. I don't think he's going to catch Nige, but up into second place as Tooley comes out of the pits. In and out of the pits. Where's he going to end up in the scheme of things? Down to P5. So you've got to say, Rob, not a bad piece of strategy there from our man Wilco.
Yeah, I always thought that was going to work out pretty nicely for Wilco. Just get those tyres on as early as you can. You're gonna have fresher tyres than everybody else around you. It's going to give you a lot more pace than people on old tyres.
So I reckon as we watch Jason there in P2, not a bad result for him as well, but lap 15 out of 15. This is the man we need to see coming through the last couple of corners. We know it's only a practice race. Gee, that Corvette looks nice. He knows it's only a practice race. It sounds good too. Looks good, sounds good as he comes through the last couple of corners. Only meters separate him from a victory here on the start-finish line to complete what you've got to say is a perfect race for Nige Guns as he comes around over the line to win here tonight at Imola. A beautiful result. Here he comes. And the perfect race. Nige Guns taking victory here this evening. And further down the road there, he's got the lights flashing. Jason Wilkinson comes across the line to finish P2 after that early pit stop. And here comes Fubbles. He'll be disappointed though, but still on the podium. A good result for him as he inherits third place. And this man as well, Smokey, a fantastic performance. A newcomer in Tier 2 and in SRL this season. And those top four boys can sit down and have a cuppa, I reckon, Rob, as Righty and Compact get ready to complete this race as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic race. It's a pity that Nige Guns didn't get as much exposure as he should have because he ran a flawless race. But, you know, we had Jason in there battling, you know, we had Fubbles battling himself and that car that looked really, really quick over a lap. I was surprised that he dropped back to around about 6 seconds before he had spin. And we got Smokey. Smokey was a really, really impressive, I think. He just kept in there. He dropped back through the field off after that start, but you know the strategy worked out in his favour.
No doubt about that. As we see the drivers beginning their celebrations here tonight, and well, it was an exciting race in the end. You mentioned Rob Nige Guns there. We didn't see too much of him as he took the victory here tonight. So just recapping tonight's practice race, practice stream here for SRL Season 3. Great to have your company with us at home after what seems like forever since Season 2. But it's Nige Guns winning tonight, nearly 16 seconds ahead of Jason Wilkinson in P2. Fubbles collecting the final podium spot in P3. Smokey, the new man, the new boy, the debutant in P4, only 10 seconds off a podium. Fantastic performance from him as well. Righty in 5th, about a minute behind in the end of Compact as well, who was looking good there for a podium finish. But it was the two housemates in the end, 6th. And, well, I tell you what, it was an interesting battle between the two housemates, I should say. But P6 in the end for Compact. P7 for Righty, who I don't think finished the race, Rob. But, well, an interesting practice race here tonight.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I would like to see the ensuing fight between Compact and Tooley in the next 5 minutes. But Nige Guns drove flawlessly. Jason had a brilliant strategy. That car was so quick. I'm surprised while we were watching the practice session, I said the Ford GT looked really, really unstable, but with a bit of fuel in it, it looked like a really good car to drive.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, and 2 tenths off, or just over a tenth off Nige Guns' fastest lap, so that's all I was looking forward to. Oh, sorry, that's all I was looking at. So the second fastest car on track, that's not too bad.
Not too bad
Nige
at all.
Guns
I reckon
quick.
I reckon you'll take that,
Yeah.
Jace, leading into tomorrow night. Big thanks to everyone who commented on the stream as well. I know we're all just having a bit of
All
fun
good.
here tonight. But, well, I reckon they're the final results on your screen. I do apologise.
Yeah,
I guess
wrap
we're
her
a little bit rusty here tonight, aren't we, boys? But
Oh,
we'll
that's
be
good.
sounded all right. Rob, good chemistry between yourself and Jace as well in the party as well. So that puts us in good stead for the new season as well.
Yeah, it does. I mean, Jason was here, being here, our Mark Larkin, just giving us some professional comments about his own driving. But yeah, looks like it's going to be a good season. Let's roll on to tomorrow night. If this is anything to go by, 16 cars on the circuit,
Yeah.
same stream, we're going to have a good night.
Yes,
Add
and
another 3 Nige guns, and it's going to be a close fight with F1 Rocks. Mighty Murph, they go well, throwing you in there, and V8 Man and Cartridge, so it's going to be good.
And yes, big hello to everyone watching the stream. Like we mentioned, Mighty Murph. How could we forget Mighty Murph? But yeah, just recapping, all the results are there on your screen. Nige Guns taking victory tonight, but the real stuff begins tomorrow night. The first of 11 rounds to kick off Season 3 of SRL Project Cars 2. I know what you're thinking. I've missed it too, and so has everybody else, our beloved regulars on the live streams. I reckon we're just about done here, boys. Thank you to you, Rob. Fantastic performance tonight, as well as you, Wilco, just mentoring our man Rob in the commentary box. But fantastic stuff. Thank you, guys.
Yes, hopefully talk to you tomorrow night after I win on the podium.
Ooh, oh, that's some strong talk for somebody who's been sliding that car around.
Yeah, just look bad in the practice race and then come good tomorrow night. That's the plan.
Tell you what, that ego, no mention of an ego at all. But geez, I reckon Jason, I reckon our man Wilco lacks a bit of confidence, don't you, Rob?
Oh, I don't think it's confidence.
I've
I
had
think it's just
2
a bit
schooners, so
big-headed.
mate, confidence is through the roof. 2-pot screamer.
Oh, dearie me. All right.
We'll catch you all tomorrow night.
All right, big thank you to everyone for watching tonight. Don't forget, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time tomorrow night on the Kid Bias channel for Round 1 of SRL Season 3 Project Cars 2. Hope to have your company then, but it's bye for now.